Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I didn't post yesterday. My father is still in hospital. They postponed his operation, so it just threw everything out, threw everything out the window. It was supposed to be yesterday, it didn't happen. So now it's supposed to be next week, so we'll see. Anyway, I thought we'd put our Ohuhu pencils to the test. Now I know somebody in the UK tried to get them and they were sold out, but bear with them, they will come back in stock and possibly, more than likely, on Amazon. I will check that before the end of the video. But if you don't have the Ohuhu 72 set, you've got many sets, I'm sure, or a set. They're pretty generic colours, but I'm so impressed with these pencils. I wanted to give them a run for their money. So I thought we'd do Geraldine from the Ink House. I haven't coloured in this beautiful book for a long time, and I thought it was about time. Now I did this page with Inktense ages ago. There's not a video for that, it was just something I did by myself. There is a video for the octopus in the sink and I'm not sure if there's another one. I don't know if we did another one together or if I did them by myself. Yeah, I think these are all done by myself. Okay, so anyway, let's get to Geraldine. Now, I haven't done any planning because I know I want to carry similar colours over here. So I think probably the best place to start is our giraffe. And we've got some beautiful colours that will go with our giraffe. So tan will be a great base and cool colour. And base colour. I'm also going to get ivory, and I'm going to get cinnamon, which is a gorgeous colour. Cinnamon, very similar to the polychromos colour, that cinnamon. Excuse me, I am really bunged up, so if I keep sniffing, I do apologise. And then we'll get some darker colours. So let's get dark brown, I think. What's that one? Yeah, I want the more reddier ones. So dark brown, yeah. And then we'll have Van Dyke brown, the really dark one. There we go. So let's have a go with these. So I'm going to go in first, I think, with some ivory. Let's see how well it copes. This paper is beautiful, but I've been testing them out and doing little bits over alcohol marker, and I've tried them over, what have I tried them over? I'm trying to think. Come on, Lucy, brain work. Acrylic markers, they work over that. They just seem to, they're just, I don't know, they're just a pleasure to colour with, really. They layer like a polychromos, but they're softer. It's hard to explain, but I really do like them. They're much, much easier to colour than any other. They're easier to colour than Artex, and you know how much I love my Artex. So I'm going to get this base down. Now I know a lot of people use water mediums in here, but I did do the frog here years ago. That's years and years ago I did that, and I just don't like the results, really. But I do love how pencil responds to this paper. We've never had another book from Rory Dobner. I think it's a real shame. I wish he would do us another one. I'm going to come all the way up here, and I'm going to colour all of this in this ivory, get a good base down and get those layers going and building up. So yeah, I'm sorry it's not a particularly long one. Well, it might be by the time I've done it, but what I mean possibly is a particularly detailed one, I should say. If you're new to the channel, in normal circumstances I post every Thursday, which is usually a colour with me video. But obviously with my father being ill and the birth of my new granddaughter, it just throws things out. So I'm just praying that the surgery for my father goes through as they've promised next week. Well, they did promise this week, but they hey-ho. And I can go back to normal. Everything seems so stressful. And then the diagnosis of degenerative arthritis in my spine. Yeah, so I'm waiting for a referral to the hospital for that, but goodness only knows. All I can say is thank heavens for colouring books, but then I felt such a lack of motivation for anything this past week because of I just think stress takes over, doesn't it? Anyway, I'll shut my face. Let's go in now with a little bit of tan and start building this up. So this is a really lovely colour, so it'll build up that ivory, and we can start to put that where we want really our lightest sort of areas, and the ivory will just help us to blend that in so the paper's not white there. And she is going to be just such a cutie. It says, Geraldine the giraffe presides over the tea, as elegant as every great hostess should be. Absolutely. So we're going to bring this up here in all these light areas that Rory's given us. Up into that ear. We'll come into this ear. And then, let's see, let's bring some of it up into here. We might need to use more of this tan. Ivory may be a little bit too light when we get the other colours in, but we'll see. Let's give ivory a shot first. Okay, so they're laying down beautifully. I'm not having any problems of getting the pigment out. I hope you can see that. These are very, very soft, light colours that I'm using at the moment. So, but all of a sudden, like a polychromos, that colour pops out. Okay, let's start building up these colours. I want some cinnamon. So should we do a patch? Let's start with a patch. So let's go in with some cinnamon. I think it really does help when you're doing these layers to build up from a pale colour upwards. Isn't that a gorgeous colour? And then we'll go down into the dark brown. I'll start covering up the darker areas. And then the Van Dyke brown. So we get some nice dark, back to the cinnamon. We get some nice dark patches going on Geraldine. And then we'll come back to the tan for the top of that. Like that. And we'll use that as our blender smusher pencil. And they do blend and smush. Well, I say smush, but they do, look, you can see just how easy that's blended together, that patch. Okay, so let's use these colours now and start building up Geraldine's face. So, cinnamon. And let's pull out all these darker patches that Rory's given us. Start putting them in here. And then we can pick out, leave the cinnamon in place, and pick out our darker patches then with the other colours we've got. So I hope you're all doing well and the start of 2025 has been wonderful for you. Put that cinnamon in there. The other thing I like about these pencils is they put the name at the top. So, because the way I hold my Prismas, it wears the names off and the numbers where they put them on the pencil. I was thinking of doing a video on, if my back will allow, that is, on forgotten colouring books that are still for sale. That's what I was thinking of doing, because I've got so many in the collection that used to be such, you know, a joy to colour in, but people just don't know them. So I'm wondering if we can revive some of these old colouring books that are in the collection, or my collection. So I was thinking of doing that. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I will have to do a bit of research on it, obviously, to make sure that each book that I pull out that's an older book is still available to purchase. But I think how fun would that be? And then I was also thinking of maybe doing something like a quiz, you know, can you name this colouring book? And just hiding the cover and zooming in so you can only see parts, you know, of the page. And I thought that might be quite nice for us all to have a bit of a game like that. So I'm bringing up the cinnamon. And also if there's any other things you can think of, because my brain is fried at the moment, if there's any other like quirky videos that you can think of that aren't just, because I can pick up any book and do a colour with me, but it's hard to think of different things so it's not just the same for you all. Make things a little bit fun, you know, have a little bit of silliness or whatever. I would love to sort this office out, but every time I say that, something happens and I don't get to do it. And I'd love to film sort of the process stage of turning it into a much more usable space, but again, the husband's ill and my back is bad, and so I have to just put up with this. Well, I don't think you'd believe it if you could see my room. I really don't. It is an absolute tip. I mean, it's clean, but it's just stuff everywhere, and I can't find things that I want. So that's the point at which you know you need to sort things out. And then because I go from my bedroom to here in my office, I then can't find stuff because it's travelled from one room to the other. So I'm frustrating myself. Okay, here we go. So we've got our lovely soft colours in. Let's go in with our next colour, which is the dark brown. So we're going to start to build this up quite quickly now. With this paper, there are pencils that it doesn't like. I think if I remember correctly, Black Widows weren't a great one on it. It loves Prismas. Excuse me, this one, as far as I'm aware, is... Oh gosh, I better check. Oh, please don't tell me I've started a colour with me and it's no longer available. The Ink House. Yes, it is still available, right at the top. Hardback book, £12. £12 UK pennies. And I can tell you it's so worth it. It's such a beautiful book. But I have a feeling, because we've never seen anything from Rory Dobner since, that at some point this will go out of stock and we won't get it back. You know, go out of print, I mean. and we won't see it again, which would be a real tragedy. So I just didn't feel today like I could cope with a complicated Colour With Me video with everything going on, so I do apologise. Like, I find RJ's books beautiful and I love to colour in them, but you have to have the right headspace because they're quite complex, I think, anyway. So you have to be in the right frame of mind to do it, and also the videos then usually have to be in 2 parts because there's a lot to colour on them. She's coming together, look. I'll show you in a minute. I'll move my hand. Here it comes. Here comes that colour, look. So I'm just doing it lightly to build this up. I don't want to... There she goes. Here she comes. I love that when that happens, when you're building up colours and then all of a sudden there they are. The character starts coming to life. I love that. So a bit more of this ready colour around here. Can you see that coming? So you're going to have to layer on this paper, which is what that, you know, oil pencils, that's what they do at their best. But Amazon paper, you just get total full-on colour lay down almost instantly, effortlessly. Going back in here. Whereas this, if you want to practice your layering without, it's not an effort, but this paper will allow you to do that. And also this book it's so beautifully drawn that when you add the colour in it, look at all that texture that Rory's put in the fur, and that starts to come through as you get colour in there. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then we've got the Van Dyke Brown, which is very dark. So I'm just going to put this in because now we've got these layers. This will come up quite quickly. So I'm just going to put this in our darkest spots. Otherwise, Geraldine will become very dark very quickly. You see that, how quickly now, because we've got those layers in, how quickly that's responding. Put this Van Dyke Brown up into that fur. And you'll see the colours when we come to do this bottom part. I've picked very, very subdued, subtle colours here to do her and build it up. Apart from this one, obviously. but you'll see when we come to do the darker colours at the bottom of the page how quickly it will go. So I'm going to put some around there, like that. Yeah, so if I was you, and you're new to colouring, and you are a colouring book collector like me and many other of us colourists out there, oh excuse me, I would grab yourself a copy of this book, because I'm pretty certain that at some point, I mean, when was this printed? Let's have a look. This was printed in, published in 2018. So it is an older book. So yeah, if you're a collector of spectacular books, I would get one. This is dark brown again. And then we'll come in with a little bit of that cinnamon for that red hue round places, just to blend into that ivory and the tan that we put down initially. And I'll just tidy up my colouring a little bit round here. Okay, what do you reckon? Isn't she gorgeous? So we can come in then with a little bit of ivory and see how we get on now we've got layers down. But they do seem to, you know, this is very pale, but they do seem to behave like polychromos, which is hardly surprising, seeing as they're marketed as oil, and they certainly feel like that, particularly on this paper. This is definitely more of a layering paper here for these pencils. So I'm glad I did it, because they respond differently. You know, I'm glad I did last week's extensive review of them, because they definitely respond differently, as do most pencils, on different papers. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Geraldine. There she is, in all her glory. And she's just about to nick the best part of the cake, the cherry on the top. All right, let's have a look. Now, what's lovely about Rory's book is some of the pages, like here, you get colour on them, and mostly it's this blue-grey colour that he puts on. A little bit there. Yeah, here. On the fox's clock. On the wallpaper, you know, so you've got that little bit of colour. So I am going to go in, I'm going to keep with this colour, so I'm going to see if I can sort that out. And I'll come back to Geraldine, because looking at her, there's some patches that need some more dark brown, I think, to bring her out a little bit more. So, but I won't make you suffer that on camera. What I'm going to do is go off and fill in some more of these dark brown spots, only where it's darkest, where we've already done and brought it out, but I'll go off and develop her a little bit further with this dark brown, and then I'll come back with the colours ready and we'll start the dinner table. I'll see you shortly. Okay, I've gone in with the dark brown and I've made it a lot more defined. However, I feel that Geraldine needs a little bit more orangey brown. So let's try a little bit of dark brown ochre and put that in. I just want to bring out some more of a sort of gingery colour. I might even need a little bit of orange in here. They might be too close, these colours. So I might just Yeah, that's not going to work. So scrap that one. Let's do... Let's see, what have I got? I don't want to go too bright. There is a lot of very bright colours in this set. But I wonder if we put like some apricot red. Let's try a little bit of apricot red over the browns, not into the... Ooh, yeah. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I just want a little orangey tone in there. That's better. She just needs... She needs something else. She's not giraffe enough. That's better. Okay, there we go. Much better. So yeah, so we can put it in the creamy bits because I think that gives her a much better tone. What do you reckon? Much more giraffe-y. Just too, she was too brown. Needed that like little gingery touch. Much better, I think. Yeah. There we go. Not too much. Let's not overdo it so she becomes bright orange. Just a little touch of this. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I'm happier now. I'll put that to one side. Alright, and I still didn't get the blue colours out because I was prattling about. Let's see. So let's go in with what we know. What colours we know. We know that these are cherries. So let's make them into delicious cherries to eat. Okay, so this is where I feel that I'm hoping they bring out more colours, because this is where in a 72 set things are lacking. I don't feel that we have a very, very dark red. We've got carmine, which is the darkest, so I might have to darken it up with some dark brown or even some black, we'll see. But then we've got the black underneath, and I'm waffling. Ooh. I think then we'll go in with ooh, watermelon. Sounds delicious. And then we'll have see, it's very difficult. Let's go in with persimmon. I don't want to go too orangey, but let's go in with that. Let's try this combination. So carmine, watermelon and persimmon. Let's try that. So let's put the persimmon in first. See, there's quite a difference when you pull in the brighter colours. It responds straight away. Look at that. Okay, and then we'll come in with our dark. So this is the carmine. Yeah. And we'll pull that in. Just use the persimmon just to give us some highlight bits. And then we'll take the watermelon and see if we can get a mouth-wateringly delicious cherry. Bit more carmine. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, let's do another one. And I'll bring you in so that you can actually see the cherries. That might help, Lucy Lou. All right, let's go in with our persimmon. Ladies and gentlemen, I am ashamed to admit, what is persimmon? I do not know what a persimmon is. Is it a fruit? What is it? Can somebody let me know? You're all really, really good at doing that when I get things wrong, and I do get things wrong a lot. And then watermelon. And then just back in and deepen it with our carmine. Ooh, they look delicious. So one more cherry. And then the dark one, carmine. And then watermelon. Make this one a bit darker. Okay, perfect. I'll put those to one side. Probably end up with the majority of the colours out. Let's see. Well, what I propose is, let's see, if we start lighter and work our way up, is what I say. So we've got, well, I say that, we've got ultramarine, which looks gorgeous, and I haven't used it yet. So let's go ultramarine, or did I use it on Alice's dress last week? I can't remember. Ultramarine, and then we'll go cobalt blue, no, maybe not, sea blue, and then we'll do deep sky blue. And then we'll come down, right down into this ice blue. Yes, ice blue. Okay. And then we could put some little details on with paint pen or something. So where should we start? Should we start with a teacup? Yeah, let's start with a teacup. Okay. So ultramarine. Come up under those, that beautiful. Have you ever done one of these cakes in a cup? We did some when I was working at the school. We did some. We just put them in the microwave. Delicious. We added a few chocolate chips and a bit of chocolate sauce over the top, and everyone was happy, I can tell you. Didn't take much. Okay, we'll have a little bit of the ultramarine round our chocolate drizzle. It's making me hungry. Okay, and then we're going to go in with sea blue. Round a little chocolate drizzle there at the top. Okay, blend that in now with this gorgeous colour, deep sky blue. It's like blue violet lake in the Prismaset. It's lovely and soft. Great for blending. I have a hint of blue in the handle over here. Here we go. Alright, then let's take our very light blue, which is ice blue, and just blend that out. And get softer and softer until we've just got this little patch of pale blue there. And this is what I mean about blending. If you watch, that like they are, I wouldn't describe them as smushy, but they do like smooth out when you go over it with a lighter colour. Or does that make sense? Do you know what I mean when I say that? You know, like here, that will smooth that out, look. So all my little circly marks will disappear and they go smooth. So not necessarily smushy, but and they keep their tips really well. Just a little bit more ultramarine up here, just deepen that shadow there and there. Oh, that's cute. Very cute. And then I'm just going to tidy up my blends a little bit because I use these little circular to keep my hand out of your way. Just get lighter and lighter. We could add polka dots or something, couldn't we? That would be cute. Alright, so we're going to do that cup exactly the same, and we're going to do yeah, this pot exactly the same, I think. Can't leave things alone, I have to fiddle and faff. Okay, let's do the teapot. So we can see that there's shadow under here, so ultramarine. I'll put the colours on screen in order of how I've used them for you. We'll come in round our chocolate. Oh, making me so hungry. And here, round the handle here, look. And at the bottom. I need to slow down because it's making my colouring scruffy. You always feel like there is a... you must do it in haste when you're on YouTube. So now the sea blue, we can always bring out that ultramarine afterwards. Let's bring out that sea blue. Keep the base, look. Oh, this is such good fun. I forgot how much I love this book. And these, there are some very intricate pages, but these pages predominantly are easy wins. Like this one, you know, we know that this is the colour of that the dinner set is going to be. Might be with the exception of that. Our flower bowl, whatever you want to call it. So working through the colours now, this is deep sky, yeah, deep sky blue. I would say very close match to Blue Violet Lake. But I have to say it's been a pleasure to get to know these pencils because they are gorgeous. Okay, let's go back in, so ultramarine, and get that darker. Okay, next one down, sea blue. Sorry about that, that's my tumble dryer finished. Okay. I think you get the picture. I'm going to do lots of smoothing out. Lots of colouring one way and then the next. There we go. And then just trust that it will happen, and it does. Okay, we need to make the bottom dark, so I'm going to put that, can you see? Yeah, that ultramarine in. Like that. Okay, let's go and do the two little pots, and I'll come back and do the lid and the jug with you, but I'm going to go and sort my washing out before it all creases up in the tumble dryer. And I will be back in a second when I've smoothed all that out, and like magic the other ones will be done. I'll see you in a second. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure how much more I'll get done today because the video's 40 odd minutes, and I want to maybe do a little background and, you know, bits and pieces. So I've got the colours for the chair, but I don't know. Anyway, I've got the two art pens that I love so much here. This is the pastel set, and I've got number 2, which is khaki. And I'm going to take out Geraldine's dark line here and just see what difference that makes as well. And it goes on a bit darker and it will dry a bit lighter, but I just want to take this dark out. In certain areas, so I'm going to put a little bit of highlights in here, and there we go, it's working now. It was being temperamental. So anywhere we've got this light area, I'm going to put, I love this colour pen. I use it for all sorts. It's so versatile, this colour. Okay. And around the ear, we'll just make these little bits stand out a little more where she's paler. We'll have a bit in there. There we go. That's better. That's cute. And also, if we decide to put a background in, it also kind of protects your colours from whatever you're going to use. Alright, so what I think is, I've got the colours here, but what I think is I'm going to call it a day for today, and I'll see, I'll see your response. If you want me to finish it, I don't like leaving things unfinished on the channel, but if you want me to finish it, I will. I absolutely love colouring in this book. I want to give attention to detail down here. Now we've got Geraldine finished. It's a beautiful tray on this table. There is ornate chairs, and I want to put some design on the little cups and things. So there's still quite a lot to do, and this video is going to be about an hour long, I should think. Now, I know you like long videos, but I'm going to feel like I've got to rush and get it done, and, you know, because people just click off. So let me know if you want to see part 2. I'll probably do it anyway, but if you do want to see it, I'll pop back and we'll finish it on Monday, I think. I think Monday would be a good day. Dad's surgery is scheduled for Tuesday, so it would be perfect for me if you're happy for that. So I will let you go. Thank you so much for joining me. All your love and support. I mean, I can't believe how many of you tuned in to my review video for the Ohuhu pencils. So thank you for that. And yeah, so sending you all my love. And until we meet again on Monday, take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you there. Bye.